These are professionally designed flyers, and today I'm going to show you 5 things that pro designers do that makes their designs always stand out. Now, what I'm about to share with you today are the secrets that pro designers use that beginner designers do not know about. So by the end of this video, you will design better and faster. Starting with the first step in the design process. Now, even before pro designers open Photoshop, Figma, Affinity, or any design software, they really get to understand what the client wants. Now, they do so by asking for all the details needed for the design, and if they have any question, they also ask as well. Now, they ask if the client wants the design to go to a particular angle, if the client wants a specific style, a specific design, a specific, like, everything that comes to mind, so that they will know what they are doing. Now, they do all these make the client understand the process and also get him or her involved, because the hardest part of design is not when you cannot come up with ideas, but it is when the client rejects your design, not because it is bad, but because it doesn't match the idea or the picture they have in mind. So always make sure you ask them all the questions you have, so that they will give you all the answers, and you will also understand and know the direction that you want it to go. And so getting clarification from the client is one of the best decisions that you can do in the design process. Why? Because it gives you a smooth workflow and also gives you peace of mind, because you know that this is what the client wants and this is what I am delivering. But beginners do not do this. Why? Because they are afraid that the clients will think that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Why is he even asking me this question? No, you have to ask so that you understand what the client really wants, because a client who doesn't know what he or she wants will toss you here and there. After you submit the first one, they will say, why don't you do it like this? The second one, hey, no, take this one out and let's see. Oh, remove this and let's see. They will toss you up and down, and then by the time you realize, you have saved the file final 1.0, final 1.1, final 1.2. You saved a lot of finals because you didn't really get the direction that the client wanted to go. So the most important thing to do is to try and understand the direction that the client wants the design to go. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, then hit on it right now, because here on this channel, I give you tips, strategies, and techniques that can make you a better designer. And so after understanding the client and then knowing the direction the design should go, pro designers picture the design in their head. That is the final result. You picture it in their head. It's like cooking. Anytime you want to cook, you decide on the particular food that you want to cook. Antesi, fufu, mutu, any food. You try to decide on the food you want to cook before you start cooking. This happens because most pro designers have their minds wired with a lot of inspiration as a result of the content they consume, as a result of looking at people's design, like borrowed ideas from other people's flyers or other people's designs. That is what comes together instantly for them to decide on what they really want. That is simply how creativity works. No design comes out of nowhere. No, it came from content, or they came from flyers, or they came from other designs that you have consumed. And so you connected that guy's flyer with that guy's flyer, with that movie you watched, with that place you visited, with a lot of things. You combine them together, and then it comes into that design for you to submit to the client. So you don't just fix yourself what you are doing, but also look around other industries, other things. Try to discover some things, try to look into some things, and then you get to know that no, that will really make you more creative than even before. But many beginners don't do this. So if you're a beginner and then you want to grow and then be good with design, you have to study professional designs. That is where you try to decode and try to redesign them by yourself. So if you want to fast track the process, what you do is that you download a lot of professionally designed flyers, and then you redo them. You redesign them in Photoshop or any software that you are going to use. You redesign them, and then if there is something that you don't understand, you show it to someone who knows. So if you are in my Telegram group, for instance, you can submit your work and say, oh, how do we do this, or how do we do that? Many people are there, including myself, to help you discover these things and help you do all this stuff. Link below in the comment section to join my Telegram. So you can also follow professional designs on Instagram and then on Pinterest, where you see that, oh, this design is great, this design is great. Then you follow them, and then you try to sometimes recreate the design that they create, and then you see that yes, it will be better with time. It's not a one-time thing, it's not an overnight thing, but it is progressive. With time, you get better redesigning great designs. It's as simple as that. Now, another thing that pro designers do is that they organize all the resources needed for the design. Because when you're about to cook, you go to the market, and then you shop for all the ingredients that you are going to need to cook that particular food. So when you're about to cook fufu, for instance, you go to the market, you get your banchan or cassava, you get your plantain, you get your meat, you get every other thing that you need to prepare that food ready even before you light up the oven or you light up the fire to start cooking. So that is what you need to do. You have to organize yourself before you start the design, because it's not now that you are cooking that you remember, I didn't buy cassava, then you leave the fire on and then you go and then look for cassava. No, it doesn't work that way. So the best thing to do is to prepare, organize yourself, organize everything that you need for the design up front. Make sure you get the images, make sure you get the icons, make sure you get the textures, make sure you get everything set, and then you start designing. So when it comes to the text details that you are going to use, you make sure that you copy them from wherever the clients gave you, and then you put them in a text document like a notepad or a Word document. So with this one, I learned this from Innocent K. Boateng, where he preps all the text details that he's going to use in a notepad or in a Word document, where he just copies and paste when he's designing the thing itself. So with this one, you don't waste time. You copy the text, you paste it, and then you do the creative side of it, and it doesn't slow you down. Thank you very much, sir, for this. I really appreciate it. It's a very good workflow that you can try. So next time in your next project, try and make sure you prepare everything beforehand. Now, another thing is that pro designers pay attention to detail. The smallest detail that you will not even think of. That is what pro designers do. They make sure all these things checked when they are designing. So let's look at this particular design right here. This design was designed by Devon. I want to show you the details that he focused on. I mean, the things that you don't even think of that he did right here. You can see when you zoom in to the design, you can see there is some texture in the background. There is some small boxes in the background. Now, when you zoom out and then you look at it very well, you can see that it looks like a globe, something like map. So this one, you see a map of a continent, and then in the background. I think that decision was because of the fact that the program is global conference. So it is global. No one is left out. So the global conference idea, I think, made him to use that globe-like texture in the background. So this thing is telling us something, but you may not even pay attention to it. But the smaller details is being checked here by Devon, senior man. They make sure they check the design principles at work in their design. So if it is alignment, they make sure that elements line up neatly instead of looking scattered. So if it is hierarchy, they make sure that they are guiding the viewer's eye to what matters most first. Now, if it is balance, they make sure that they are spreading visual weight evenly across the design, so the design doesn't feel lopsided or doesn't feel like, oh, it is leaning on this side too much or it is leaning on this side too much. They make sure that everything is balanced. Now, talking about design principles, they also make sure that there is enough space on the design for the design to breathe. That is the white space. Now, I have a full video on that where I explain to detail how these particular principles work and how you can understand them easily so that you can implement them in your design workflow. If you want that video, you can click on the card here, or I will leave the link in the video description. So just check it out there, and then you learn and master the design principles that are very most important anytime you are designing. Not just the design principles, but also they also focus on the color. So they make sure that the colors that they are using are intentional. They don't just pick any color from anywhere. They make sure the colors goes with what the client provided and everything is consistent in the design. And so if you want to be a pro, then you need to pay attention to details. And yeah, pro designers use AI. But why should you feel less of yourself for using artificial intelligence in your workflow? Some people feel like if I tell you that I use AI, I say aura number from, and I say it doesn't make you a great designer. No, that is not the case. Now, the funny thing is that whilst you're not comfortable voicing out that you use AI in your workflow, clients are looking for designers who use AI in their workflow, and they are paying big money for that project that you are bringing on board. So if you tell somebody, or if you tell your client, or if you add it to your bio that you use AI in your workflow, that is a plus for you in this AI world. Because for designers, if you are designing something and you don't use AI, it means you are going to be slow, or some things are going to be difficult because some part of design has been replaced by AI that you don't need to do them manually again. I'll make a video on that and show you the part of design that AI has replaced, so that you don't waste your time on some things that AI can just do in some seconds, and you focus on the more creative side of things. So as I said earlier, make sure you have subscribed to this channel so that you see that particular video, because if you fight AI for that battle, you may never win. But yeah, if you are watching this video before 25th July 2026, then I have a good news for you. I have been nominated as the Media Influencer of the Year. And what I have to say to you is thank you very much, because it is your support, it is your likes, it is your comments, it is everything that you do to support me that has brought me this far. And so what we have to do now is to vote so that we can win it together. So if you are in Ghana, that is how you can vote. Dial *928 *226 hash, and then you send any network, Telecel, MTN, AT. It will work. So you dial it, and then over here, that is the most important part of the process. So enter your nominee code. My code is N77C. That is my nomination code, N77C. And then you send. So as you can see, my name is there. Confirm. That's BrainTech. It's there. Now over here, 1 vote is 1 cedi. So any number of votes that you want to vote, you enter it here. So if I want to vote, let's say 1,000, you can vote as many as you want. So let's say 1,000, and then tap send. And then over here you can see confirm vote, nominee, BrainTech, events, blah blah, amount 1,000 cedis, and then you can see approve. They will send you approval so that you confirm your votes. And if you are outside Ghana, you can scan this code right here, this QR code. You can scan to support in any amount that you want to vote. So I'll leave the link in the description so you contribute any amount that you want to vote. Thank you very much for being part of this journey. But if you want to learn how to use AI properly in your design workflow, then click on this video right here. The next time, quench not your creativity. Peace.